weekend that Alex Smith would not be able to start and that Dwayne Haskins would have to fill in. I spoke to head coach Ron Rivera within the hour, and he told me he hadn't yet made a decision, but the key issue is, how does Alex Smith feel? Yesterday, his calf was sore. Now, Alex is dying to play. That's what Ron Rivera told me. But Ron also said that he trusts the QB to be honest about how he feels. But Rivera said there is no trepidation if I'm forced to start Haskins. I believe in him. And right now, Haskins wants to show everybody that he knows he made a mistake and that he's moving forward. And Rivera said the best way to do that is to play well today. Rivera also said he plans to watch the Giants game against the Ravens here at the stadium, obviously with a lot of playoff implications on the line. But Rivera told me we have to win our game first. That's all that matters. Our guys know everything is right in front of us.
Yeah, Kimberly, there's a lot at stake in this one. And let's get to that. I mean, when you look at this clinching scenario, Washington could end the day as NFC East champs. They clinched the division with a win over the Panthers. And if the Giants lose to the Ravens in Baltimore, so the Giants game is at 1, Washington will take the field knowing if they can clinch the East today. Breck, there's a lot going on in this one. You know there's a lot at stake, but also as a coach. I mean, you heard what Kimberly said there, that Ron Rivera said he believes in Dwayne Haskins. Would you believe in Dwayne Haskins if you're the head coach there today?
No, of course not. I mean, Rivera's saying that, but let's face it. I mean, he fined him $40,000, took the C off his jersey. He's no longer a captain. And if there was any way that Alex Smith could play today, he's going to. And look, this young man's made a huge mistake. And yes, he's right. You know, Haskins is right. The one way to try to get back is have a heck of a game. If you're the starter today, you better have a heck of a game. But here's the thing that bothers me, that Haskins has probably about as good a leader to follow in Alex Smith. I mean, here's a guy, they thought Rivera said he's dying to play. Well, he almost did die. I mean, he had 20 surgeries just so he can play this game, and how important it is to him. 20 surgeries to play in a game. And Dwayne Haskins, you're going to go out after you played poorly, all right, and then you're going to go out and go to a strip joint, all that, no mask and things, you know, let alone all the, what you got, your coach has cancer, so you're going to be in front of him without a mask, could possibly catch COVID. We know what that means for people with pre-existing conditions. And you got a football team that you're letting down. You're in the ultimate leadership position, and you're going to go act like this? He needs to grow up, and he needs to grow up in a hurry. Because his team, he better play his tail off today, or they're going to have nothing to do with him, and I bet they get rid of him at the end of the season.
You know, one thing that I learned, you know, for young quarterbacks going in the future, including Dwayne Haskins, be able to put the team first. Brew, we came from the same, from up there in New England. Put the team first, and I don't think that Dwayne Haskins was being able to put the team first. But I want to talk about today's game going against the Carolina Panthers. Their defense is 31st in the National Football League on third down. Dwayne Haskins, 5 interceptions. Alex Smith, game controller, know how to control and understands the game and the concept of what they're trying to do in Washington. So today I'm interested to see what the Washington football team would do on third down. I don't care who the quarterback is, because we know what the Washington football defense, what they do. But I think for me, going against this Carolina Panthers defense on third down, 31st in the National Football League. So I'm interested to see, can they keep this torch lit offensively? You got guys like Logan Thomas. You got wide receiver like McLaurin. Be able to get those guys to football, because if you're able to play complementary football with this defense, it'll be a long day for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, and with McLaurin being out or questionable to play today, that Logan Thomas, you're right. I think it's more about him, Randy, as you and I talked about last night. He has been amazing. Not bad for a former quarterback.
And that's even more reason to play Alex Smith. I mean, play Alex Smith, obviously. You know, he's 4-1 when he starts. Washington's 2-7 when anybody else starts. But I really can't think of many quarterbacks in the history of the game that are as good at throwing to the tight end position as Alex Smith. Like, it is a strength, and he falls right into what you're saying with control the game, be a game manager. And why can you do it with this team? Because their defense is so good. This defense reminds me of those 2004 Washington defenses where they had studs at the D-line, studs at the linebacker, studs in the secondary, and they were a force to be reckoned with. And that's the whole reason why they're in the conversation to be,
they're that good. They're that good. And I feel like, even with Haskins at quarterback, Washington can win this football game. And there's a part of me that you have an opportunity to absolutely close the book on this kid, but still put him in there. I'd like to see what he can do after a public humiliation. Your captaincy's been taken away. I'd like to see Haskins and see how he responds to this. The guy's 23 years old. And this is the ultimate leadership position you're talking about. It's the quarterback position. And how many coaches do we know that think they can fix quarterbacks and give him third and fourth chances like that? I think Washington can do that today, and hopefully he responds positively.
Yeah, it's one thing to make a mistake. It's another thing, like Rex said, to put the health of the people around you, especially your head coach with all he's been through, and your other quarterback with all he's been through, at risk from a health perspective. Here's the crazy thing, though, in the NFC East, we've spent so much time talking about how insane this division has been this year. If Washington does lose to the Panthers today, it'll be the third time ever that a division champion had a losing record. I know, Matt, you know when the other one was.
We're going in the playoffs, just like everybody else.
But the crazy thing is, the other one was Ron Rivera's Panthers back in 2014. Yeah. So he's got a little experience there. All right, let's get back to Adam Schefter. What's coming up on the show, Adam?
Thanks very much, Sam. Coming up on ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown, we'll tell you how the Cardinals' loss last night could help influence Mitch Trubisky's future in Chicago. And Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady put on quite the performance on Saturday as well, with 348 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half. Find out how Bruce Arians found the secret sauce.
We're an explosive football team, and when we can keep Tom standing, he's going to deliver for us.